good morning. Welcome to my Wednesday devotional. Today we're going to be talking about Esther, chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. Okay. First of all, we're still on Haman now. Remember, Haman is the bad guy, and he wants to destroy all the Jews. Okay. But he's really angry at Mordecai, so we're going to get into that right now. All right, verse 5. When Haman saw that Mordecai would not bow down or show him respect, he was filled with rage. Okay. Verse 6. He had learned of Mordecai's nationality, so he decided it was not enough to lay hands on Mordecai alone. Instead, he looked for a way to destroy all of the Jews throughout the entire empire of Xerxes. Okay, first of all, where does that sound familiar? Haman, Hitler, I don't know. But yeah, it's the same thing. You know, it's the same concept, actually. Hitler had the same problem. He was angry because he was an art student or something to do with art school, or, you know, I don't know all the exact details. I've studied other parts of it. But all I know is that Hitler was really angry. He was very sensitive. When you think about it, Hitler and Haman were really sensitive. They took a small little detail, like some guy, some average dude who did not want to bow down, you know, or show him respect. You know, when you think about it, who cares, right? Why be so overly sensitive? So, actually, I just figured this out on the spot. Haman was really overly sensitive, but he didn't want to go around and act, you know, sensitive. Instead, he had so much ego and pride. Instead of just being the bigger man and just going, all right, no problem, Mordecai, and keep moving on, right? No. Not only could he just, you know, he could have just destroyed Mordecai, or at least resolved the conflict peacefully. That'd be the normal thing. But instead, he had to bring it way out and to destroy all the Jews in the entire empire. I mean, crazy, right? I mean, when you think about it, like I said, it just means he has a huge, Haman and Hitler, both of them had huge egos and so much pride, but really it boils down to something really basic. Their inner heart was very overly sensitive. And I know it sounds sort of nuts, because you're like, well, Patty, they were puffed up with pride and they're going around wanting to kill people, you know? So you would think, you know, in your mind, that would make someone strong and powerful because, you know, they're, you know, I think a lot of people try to control with anger, right? But actually, all that anger, all this exterior out here, this, you know, he was filled with rage. You know, rage is actually, all this anger is a wall. And it keeps people, like, scared and, under control. But the wall is so far out here that you don't see what's in here. So what's behind that wall? And actually, it's just being overly sensitive, you know? But not that you can be, well, I don't want to sound like I'm judging, but sensitive to the point. And when I say overly sensitive, I mean to the point of destruction here in this case, right? So really, it means they're actually really tender heart. And both those characters, Haman and Hitler, are putting out a really big, thick wall, because they actually are fearful inside. They're afraid you're going to see something, their weakness and their sensitivity that's buried so far down below, they probably don't even realize it's there, because they're so filled with rage and pride and ego. They've been doing that, stuffing down those feelings for so long. And they live on this wall out here. They live to control other people with their anger and their rage. And when you think about it, I know, I'm going to get the comments. I kind of feel sorry for them. I know. It's like, what's wrong with you, Patty? These are the bad guys. I know they're the bad guys. But sometimes it helps to understand, why are they being bad? Because, you know, you can't just treat the exterior. You can't put a Band-Aid over some of these symptoms. You really got to get down to the root. What is in the root? Because if you fix the root, then you're going to fix what's going on out here. So, just my heavy, deep thoughts for the day. All right. I know that's heavy, and I know it's kind of hard to hear sometimes. It's like, okay, what are you thinking, Patty? It just sounds like, you know. But it makes sense to me. I know. All right. Anyway, those are my deep thoughts. Definitely like, share, comment, subscribe, please. Let me know what you think. It is kind of interesting theories. I'm thinking about it more. Just kind of came upon my heart. All right. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching. All right. Bye bye.